Yeah. Welcome, Big Baby JTV. Stop. It's not actually Big Baby JTV. It's the Big Broadcast with your host, Big Baby J, Big Stepper, the boy, and I'm here with a guest. Welcome D to the podcast. We decided to go visual this time. Change it up a little bit, upgrade, get up there, man. You know why? Because we gotta elevate in this world, right? So, let's learn a little bit more about D.
Yes.
So talk to me. Who are you?
Who am I?
Age, all these things, what are your interests, and tell them about your podcast as well.
Alright, so first, thanks for collabing with me, or whatever. This has been my first, actually my second podcast. I went on one before. It was actually a pretty sick concept. But yes, my name is D. I go by D, but I'm Diane. They know me by Diane. And I'm 21.
21 Savage.
21 Savage.
Where's the knife? She doesn't have a knife?
I don't know.
You gotta watch out for these ladies. They might have knives.
No, I'm a 2000s baby, so I'm the one that's starting, the big generation.
You're
the
Z.
Big generation.
Are you Generation Z? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, I'm not Generation Alpha.
Oh wow.
Which is the one after Gen Z. It's the TikTok kids and COVID kids.
Ain't y'all TikTokers too?
Yes. Like Gen Zs are the TikTokers, but like the Generation Alphas are like gonna be like the new big generation, you know what I mean? Other than Gen Z.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know.
I'm an old nigga. Let's go with the old niggas, the millennials. Salute to you, okay? Don't let them play with you, old niggas. Don't let them play with us. Millennial gang, let's go.
But yeah, I have a podcast. Real Talk with D. That's what it's called.
Great podcast. Starting off, I'm gonna put it in the description of this pod. As you guys always know, I always put it first on Patreon. So if y'all wanna rock with us, Patreon P Gang is gonna get the early access to this. And everybody else, click the link in the bio. They're gonna be linked directly to her podcast. Show us some love.
True, thank you. Show me some love. No, seriously, respect and support genuine podcasters, like people that want to spread their genuine word.
You gotta support each other, and this is something that I always push in Ottawa, supporting each other. It ain't nothing to work and collab with somebody else and big them up and help them, you know what I mean? You don't have to be gatekeepers or weird about it, just support each other. That's what I'm big on, you know what I mean? And for me, I wanted to discuss something, and I think that you might have an interesting opinion on this, right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on festivals? Festivals, especially within Canada.
Yeah.
And the reason I talk about this is because I just came from Il Sonic.
Yes.
So that's a big EDM, and they're doing a lot more hip hop now. They're adding more hip hop elements. They had Shansia, they had Sean Paul there.
What?
They had French Montana there. Yeah, I know, right?
It's Sonic.
At Il Sonic. I'm not capping. The vlog is coming out, y'all. The vlog is coming out.
Funny.
But they literally had
That's
those acts. It was great, and then obviously they had the big EDM acts, Excision, Millennium.
I don't know nothing about EDM.
I
know nothing. No, I really like.
See, we need more black folks to get into EDM. You would enjoy it.
I know. And the thing is,
you're open-minded. You enjoy it.
I am, and that's the thing. It's like black people can't fuck with EDM, you know what I mean? But I like country, so it's not even about that, but it's just like, I like house music, like chill house music though.
There was a lot of house acts there.
Yeah.
A lot, Marcus Schultz, the biggest house music group ever, Swedish House Mafia.
Yes, Swedish House Mafia was there, weren't they? No?
Of course, they closed out the entire festival, and it was their only Canada show. Canada stopping tour.
Have they been here?
They've been in Montreal 10 years ago. So this is the first time in 10 years.
10 years ago. Like, why so long?
I'll say this, the EDM community, especially in Canada, is not big in house, at least as I know. Especially even the French community, right? Because it was happening in Montreal, right? But fam, when Swedish House Mafia was playing, I'll keep it real, I almost cried. It was so good, bro.
Yeah.
And the music can move you to a level you don't understand, and that's why I don't like when I see that there's only like a few black people at these raves and concerts. I'm like, bruh, these festivals are so good. You like, I don't know, man. I get disappointed, but then that's why I always encourage my people. Yo, come through, man.
Through, yeah.
Come through, have a good time.
Yeah. Show people to be comfortable.
Yes,
yeah.
you know.
I went to Oshaga.
Proper. How was that?
And like, yo, Burna Boy was there. Like
Burna.
He's such an amazing performer, and the fact he came all the way, you know, I like the exposure Canada's getting is sick.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. And Future came.
Oh, come on, man.
Future came. He took A$AP Rocky's spot because A$AP couldn't come because of like border issues or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Canada's strict on our rules though with borders. Like
So
I feel like that's why no artists come here.
I think not a lot of big hip hop artists come here because they usually have felonies. Let's just keep it real.
Which is their fault.
Which is their fault, yeah, of course. But when it comes to border control in Canada, bro, it's insane. And even for just immigrants, even people who are just trying to be refugees, trying to, I don't know if you heard about this, right? But during the pandemic, right? Let's say your husband was in, let's say Jamaica, Australia, whatever, anywhere else, right? And he was, maybe staying there for a bit and coming to visit you.
Yeah.
If they weren't a Canadian citizen yet, they made it extremely hard for people to see their spouses. To the point where people were in isolation without their spouses for months upon months because of border control and the strictness of it. You know what I mean? That's why.
Why?
Bureaucracy, stupidness, foolishness. One of my friends, she can see her husband for 6-7 months because of stupid border things. And people just want to be reunited with their family. That's the thing. Even me, as somebody who came here as a refugee, it was really hard for us to get into Canada. You know what I mean? Immigrants. That's why our per population is really small in Canada compared to our landmass. Because getting in is
it's a headache. People don't want to go through that.
People definitely don't want to go through that.
Lil Wayne was tripping it.
Yes.
At the OVO Fest. Yeah, he was tripping Canadian borders.
Yeah, and I think OVO started late because he couldn't
get through the border.
Yeah,
he was having issues.
Now imagine you're Lil Wayne. You've been a superstar rapper ever since you was 18 years old.
Like at least show some respect, you know.
And these Canadian border agents are on your head top.
Giving you issues, telling you can't get in.
Goofy. We have a goofy country, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I will say like this, at least Ilsa Nick didn't have the disasters of Culture Fest, what was it called, Kingston Fest, Jerk Fest, and like another festival in Toronto. Do you hear about those disasters?
I did not hear about nothing going on in Toronto other than Caravan.
We have to talk about it. Caravan was the shit.
Yeah, I heard that. Go listen to his podcast.
This is my podcast and I have a vlog about it. The Ilsa Nick vlog is coming soon. Shouts out to you for plugging it. You know what I'm saying? Check it out. There was a lot of foolishness, a lot of ratchetivity. I'm just going to say it like that. But I'll let you know what happened. I want to get your opinion on this, right? So there was this festival at Downsview Gardens called Kingston Fest. Skilly Bang was supposed to be there, Popcorn, Shansia.
What?
So it was a big dance hall, reggae type of festival. It was huge, right? What happened?
I would have gone crazy at Crocodile Teeth.
Oh, me too. If they played what? Bruh.
Oh my god, I can't.
If they played what, I would.
I would pass out.
You know what's ironic about that? People literally passed out now. That's the irony of this whole thing. And they wasn't passing out because of Skilly Bang.
It was the heat.
The heat, the lack of water, because they ran out of water around 2 p.m.
What?
They people could not even hear artists because the sound system was so bad. So when Skilly Bang actually performed, which he performed 4 hours late, 4 hours late, because they are so unorganized, fam. So unorganized. And anyways, so Skilly Bang performs late as hell. People can barely hear him because the sound system trash. People can barely hear popcorn because the sound system trash. People can barely hear Shansia, sound system trash. People were barely even in the VIP because general admission ran through the gates and interrupted VIP. Yes. So people who were in general admission ran up to the VIP.
Bothered them.
Well, of course, bothered them. There was even videos on 6Buzz. It was a whole mess.
And this was in Toronto.
This was in Toronto.
And this is why people don't want to come.
You see, this is why, I'm gonna say it like this. I love our people. I love black people, man. I love us. But I hate you niggas, man. Because it was you niggas who made that happen.
Because come on, like I don't understand how you're gonna run out of water by 2 p.m. when you're running a whole festival all day. Chicago, we didn't have that problem.
On a super hot day too. This weekend was really hot.
It was a heat wave. It was 40 degrees.
Yes. I'll say it like this, man. Say it like this. These festivals, they need to get organized. That's my point here. Mm-hmm. They need to get organized. They need to start being on point. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, the organizers of these festivals, black folks, we gotta try to do the best we can, especially for us, for our people, because now people don't trust having these festivals as much, and people want refunds. Mm-hmm. The festivals are not even trying to give refunds. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts? Like for you, what looks like? How does a good festival look like? You said you went to Oshiaga.
Yeah, so like Oshiaga, like the only thing that was kind of odd is that everything's cashless. So I don't know if it's because of COVID that they introduced this, but I got kind of screwed over because everything's either credit card or nothing, you know what I mean? And no, I don't want to rely on my credit cards to spend, at a festival. And I understand, but it's just that was the only downside of it. But other than that, everything was organized, even security, everything. They provided you with stations that had water, throughout the whole festival, and it's booze and just everything was good and organized and the sound system was amazing.
You were turned up, yeah.
During Burna, I've never felt something so amazing.
You're very lucky to have seen Burna Boy. I would love that, you know what I mean? I will say this, Oshiaga, Osondik, and Escapade in these concerts have been doing it for a long time, so they have the big advantage of time and experience, You have time to mess up, but in these situations, lean on somebody with more experience. Why don't, Culture Fest, go to Kingston,
networking,
network with them and ask.
I don't think that it's the lack of time. I think it's more so just lack of organization. They wanted these artists to come perform for them. They wanted to show out. But this is the result.
That's what it is, and even with this podcast and your podcast, you're new to podcasting, right?
Yes.
It takes time, right? And even for me, I fumbled. My first few podcasts were trash. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying I'm Joe Rogan. I'm not saying I'm goddamn whoever you think your favorite podcaster is. But we're taking steps. I'm trying to elevate the game, my game, right? We're starting off with the video. We're trying it out. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see how it goes. Hopefully y'all enjoy it, right?
Yeah, it takes time. It takes funding. There's a lot of aspects to creation. Creators spend a lot of time and money. But you do need networking. Networking is the best tool to success.
That's how we connected, D. We networked to each other, right? Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, basically this is a form of networking, and it's
easily.
And that's where it comes back to support, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You need to support your people, and then you guys can do great.
You see what I mean? There's even an African proverb, you can go faster alone, but you can go further together in a group.
Yeah.
And it's so true. It's so true.
Yeah. People get scared to ask, but it's if you ask the right people, you can do good for yourself. And especially within the Black community,
yes.
We need to not be afraid to lean on each other, you know?
We get very egotistical in our own lane and like, yo, we're not an island, you know what I'm saying? Let me give you this. This is gonna be an amazing podcast. It already is because I have the homie D here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now she's improved her podcast. She's rocking with a guy like me.
Yeah.
Big Baby J, Big Step. That's how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, each one give one. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? But let's talk about giving one. And let's talk about this Brittany Griner situation. Have you heard about it?
Okay, you talk to me about this. So I heard she went to Russia.
Yes.
And now there's like this political debate over her being arrested, which they're honestly allowed to do because, you know, she's in their country. Rules don't apply anymore for her covered by the states, you know what I mean? I mean, there's limitations to what they can do to her, but yo, this isn't the first time Russians do this stuff.
Man, and you know what? Here's what it is. I can go deep in this topic in terms of the Patreon. Y'all Patreon people, you know how deep I go into politics. But I'm giving y'all the surface level, which I think would be good, right? Because there's multiple layers to this. So first and foremost, Brittany Griner, basketball player, female basketball player for the WNBA. She's quite popular in the WNBA. Not really popular in all sports, but she's very talented. She's like 6'11", something insane.
Oh, wow.
Super tall woman, yeah. Super tall. Yeah, I know, man, 6'11". Like, goddamn, short
Damn, isn't that taller than LeBron? Oh, wait.
That is tall. She's taller than LeBron James, yes.
Holy shit.
She is a very tall woman. Very talented woman. But she went to Russia a few months ago with weed pens, like vape pens, you feel what I'm saying? And Russia don't play that. Actually, most of the world don't play with weed. Actually, it's kind of Canada and North America and the West.
Just disposables, you know?
Nah, man. It's the West that really rocks with weed.
Societies.
Exactly.
For reasons, but we ain't gonna get into that.
She put up on game. She knows. Well, listen to her podcast. You gonna find out. But anyways, long story short, Russia don't play that. Okay, so Russia, they saw her with weed pens, put her in jail immediately, right? Why did it become international news? It became international news because U.S. is basically fighting with Russia in the Ukraine. It's a proxy war. Long story short. And Putin and Russia, they said, hey, let's just keep Brittany Griner here in jail and just punish her severely by giving her 9 years in prison, Russian prison, for vape pens. Now look, I'm not going to tell another country what to do because that's their own country. I'm also going to say this is what I personally believe. She's being used as a tool for Russia. And also, because she's a black woman, they're punishing a little bit extra, I believe. If you're black, you're always, it's just how it is, just gotta keep it a beat, you're always gonna get a double punishment, right? So for me, I first and foremost, we just gotta give Brittany, tell Brittany off, you can't do that. It's a country that has its own rules, you have to know better, you have to do better. But number two, they're using her to move on their own political ambitions. What are your thoughts? Tell me what you think, D.
So, countries do this all the time. You know what I mean? Like it's their weapon. They know that she's, especially like NBA. Like that's like a huge like network. Like you know what I mean. So it's like taking away that money component, and then you know now it's becoming a political war.
Exactly.
You know, and it's still making people talk still, but like, you know, it's just, I feel they're doing this very, not even smart. Like, they could have done this a bit, I don't even know what to think. Like, they
could have done it smarter, and my main point is, whatever this food is coming out, it smells really good.
Yeah, so hungry,
now I'm hungry as well. But I will say this, it is being,
being used as, there's something bigger, I feel, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
There's a conspiracy behind this?
There's a conspiracy behind this, man. Like, they're just gonna keep doing this. They're just gonna keep taking our people.
You know what they're gonna do, what Biden had planned to do? They're doing something called the prisoner transfer, which happens actually a lot, where two countries decide to switch prisoners for a country. Meaning, the U.S. has a Russian arms dealer / terrorist in their custody, meaning like he's locked up, and they're planning to switch with Russia and get Brittany Griner in the U.S. prison, and
give them
the Russian terrorists. So it's like they're doing a switch,
an
exchange for prisoners. Now,
and you need to money, like prison is the biggest scam
money plot
ever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We don't need that. Rehabilitation is what we need for society. There wouldn't be a failed society. Okay, no.
I'll push back a little bit on that. I'm gonna push back a little bit. Some of you niggas need to be in jail. Some of you people need to be in jail. I just gotta keep it real. Some of you can rehabilitate, should rehabilitate, yes. But some of you guys need to be under the dirt.
I agree.
And that's a personal message to you. Weirdo, weak, pedophile, murderers, disgusting, trash. Yes. You deserve to actually go to hell. Anyways, yes. Go ahead.
But you know me, I'm very spiritual, so I go into maybe like behind every murderer there's like a traumatized kid that was failed by society, but at the same time, if you're a murderer and whatever, like you're a murderer, and we don't condone that.
I think there should be limits though.
There's limits. Like I'm not gonna go give Ted Bundy,
yes.
pity. I'm not gonna go give Jeffrey Dahmer pity. At the end of the day, they were used for, anyways. We didn't go get
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
Cut this out.
I'm not cutting it out because I know where she's going.
But all of this to say, yes, prisons. We need prisons. We need that.
There should be prison reform though. There should be prison reform though.
Yes.
To make prison a little more rehabilitating to most people. People. There is people who cannot be in society literally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who have to be taken out of society.
Yes.
But I think that's the smaller number than people say. That's what I'm trying to say.
Me too.
And I think that we agree on that point. We definitely agree on that.
Because there's no reason why in the States you can face 200 years for having marijuana in your backpack and being caught on a bus compared to,
right.
Like at least Canada, we have some like limitations to our prison, like.
And you know what the biggest troll is? They put people away for whatever how many years for trafficking weed or smoking weed, and now the government profits off weed.
Yes.
How crazy! What kind of troll evil issue is that?
That's why to me, like
insanity,
the concept, right? It's just there's so many flaws that it just brings everything.
Who's not having it easy? Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant.
I'll break it down. The thing about my podcast, I explain the sports elements. I love sports. You know what I mean? So I want to get your opinion on this. So Kevin Durant, basketball player for the Brooklyn Nets, he requested a trade from the team about a month ago.
Okay.
Because he's unsatisfied with how the team is doing. He's cheesed. And literally today, he made a request to his the owner of the team, Joe Tsai, saying, "Hey, you have to fire the general manager and the coach, or you have to trade me." Now keep in mind, Kevin Durant is one of the best basketball players of all time. He's amazing. But this whole thing, for me, the way I look at it is a lot of these athletes, they're multi-millionaires, borderline billionaires. Kevin Durant is about to be a billionaire within a year because has so many projects and everything. And they're so egotistical in a sense that they want to control everything.
No, now it's entitlement.
Entitlement, thank you. So what do you think? What are your first thoughts on this?
Okay, first of all, why are you going to fire the GM? At this point, just leave. Like, if you're you're becoming Ronaldo, you know what I mean? Like, just go, get traded, and boom. Like, it's enough. You don't have to, sports, it's like that, though. He's trading, and where does he want to trade to?
He wants to go to the Phoenix Suns, but that got canceled because there was another guy, DeAndre Ayton, who actually picked up his own. He picked up a new contract, and DeAndre Ayton was supposed to be in the trade package for Kevin Durant. So, long story short, he wanted to go there, flopped, but he might come to the Raptors, the Miami Heat, or another team.
He's definitely gonna go to the Raptors. There's no way he's not collabing with Drake on the low right now.
You know what I'm saying? They're texting.
100% there's something.
I think Brittany is gonna stay in Brooklyn because you know what it is.
They're not gonna fire.
They are gonna fire.
It's the money.
It's the money. It's also Kevin Durant. He's one of the best players of all time.
I don't know Kevin Durant like that.
It's fair. But I'm telling you like this. The players run the league now in the sense that it's like they have so much power, especially when you're at a certain level. You can get away with anything. It's like think about somebody at your workplace, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who basically has your manager or your whatever in their back pocket, right? You know a person like that in your
They're
work.
not going to want to.
They will never get fired.
No.
They'll probably get you fired before they get fired.
Yeah.
I know bare people like that in my work, you know?
Me too.
That's basically Kevin Durant.
He's favorited.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And entitlement.
And entitlement is crazy. So I don't know how to look at it. I think he's still gonna stay there. I just wanted to sprinkle this sports topic because I love basketball. I love Kevin Durant. I'll put you on Game of Sports.
I like soccer.
You fuck with soccer?
I fuck with soccer heavy.
We'll put a soccer topic next week. You know what I mean? Y'all want D to come back next week?
Yay!
Y'all want D? I don't know, man. She's pretty much kind of whack though. What do you think?
I'm whack when it comes to sports because sports is a scheme. Everything to me is scams. Everything's a scheme. They're all
you know
scheming.
what? When you say everything's a scam, you're closer to the truth. Because you can't believe nothing in this world. Be careful. Stay woke.
Stay woke, y'all.
You know who I do believe in? Nick, people don't hate at me. I'm gonna hate. I'm a Trump fan.
Don't say it.
You guys are gonna be mad. I'm a Trump fan. I'm gonna say it. F it. I'm opening up the wine bottle. We are getting spicy. We have to talk about it. Today, what happened was Trump's Mar-a-Lago mansion. Or compound, really. It's essentially a compound. Would you like something? There you go. Mar-a-Lago mansion compound got raided. And essentially, who raided it? The FBI. What is the FBI? A government organization, right? A government agency that is funded by the federal government. Of course, it's funded by the federal government. So what does that mean? That means that Joe Biden, or at least some Democratic influence, had a hand to play to raiding this agency.
The Department of Justice.
The DOJ.
Have been under his ass.
Right.
Since January.
Cheers. Now, well, this is
January.
This is not a deep political podcast. We're not gonna get into the depths of it, but I'm gonna say it like this, man. Ultimately, I think that this is a witch hunt. I think they're going too hard in the paint, and I think they're scared of what potentially could be his re-election. What do you think, D? Talk to me, D. Talk to me, D. Now look. Don't worry about getting canceled or anything. Speak openly, speak honestly.
He's getting reelected, y'all. He's getting reelected. Okay, I really want to go into my conspiracy.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Speak on it. Speak on it. We're listening. This is a safe space.
Okay.
What's your conspiracy?
No, I'm scared.
Why are you scared? Don't be scared, man.
He is being put by the Russian government.
Oh.
To be reelected.
Oh.
Okay.
Go ahead.
In order for a new world order to happen. Because
interesting. Explain. Tell me your
No,
thoughts.
I feel like it's too deep. I'm gonna get killed.
All right. FBI, CSIS, CIA, whoever's listening, we was trolling. We're just trolling. We're tapping. We're just playing games. This is a jokes podcast.
Yeah.
Who are you even? What's your name?
Who am I? Like, who?
I don't know. What is this building? What is this world we live in? CIA, nothing. We heard nothing. Nothing is real. We're just playing around. Keep your agents away from us.
Please.
You understand me?
Don't watch my phone anymore.
It's possible. They're not.
But yeah, so I just feel like he's gonna get reelected. He's going to basically help the economy. Because, we're going back into recession, this and that. But listen, I'm not a Trump fan.
Okay, fair.
I'm not a nothing fan.
You don't like any political party. You don't stick to any
political party. I don't like authority in general. Okay, but I do know that.
It must be fun in relationships. You don't like any authority?
I do. I can go into astrology, but I hate authority.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
This is why I can't date D. Anyways,
I'm a Scorpio, guys.
So you don't like authority.
I hate authority.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
But yes, so
It's shut down, but I've already recorded on my phone as well to put back up on
Are
recording.
you sure? Okay, we can just like.
No. I'm recording on myself too, so I have two
Yeah,
audios.
it's
I have backup audio. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I just feel as though it's definitely like a market. It's I don't know what it is. Like, why re-elect him? Just why not fix the economy?
You know what it is, man. Now look, I'm not a super Trumper, wear a MAGA hat, all these things, right? I'm just the type of person who sees the hypocrisy of the U.S. government and sees the hypocrisy of both parties. And for me, when I look at Trump, I see he's the lesser of all of these hypocrites. Why do I say that? Joe Biden, for example, this dude is 70 million years old. He can barely talk, function. And I respect my elders. I respect older people. But ultimately, there's sometimes older people cannot do certain jobs.
No, that's true.
You can't have
Yes.
an older person doing certain activities.
But he was just a face.
And that is exactly what it is. He's the face. So who's behind the face?
It's Trump.
And I don't think it's Trump.
I think it's Trump.
Do you think it's Trump?
I think it's Trump.
For me personally, I don't. I think it's a group of elites, the globalists,
Yes, I do.
who are working behind the scenes to let him.
And what do you think Trump is part of?
I think Trump is not as much of a globalist, as much of a messed up person as these guys. I think these people are worse.
The thing is,
That's why I personally believe.
think that society, the states, Americans want to re-elect Trump because they're mad at the government right now.
Biden has ruined everything, really.
Biden has ruled everything economically.
Yeah.
But is it Biden?
It's the people behind Biden.
It's the people behind Biden.
Yes.
Because there's no way that a 70-million-year-old man is making these decisions, right?
Not at all.
There's no way that he's letting society, well, fuck, he is, but like, if you see what's happening in the States right now, people are out here killing each other.
Yep.
There's stampedes every day. People just like, society's failing.
It definitely is.
And the economy's failing, and Trump is the reason as to why.
Really?
No, as to why we can rebuild America, right?
He's being reframed as a savior.
As a savior, don't you see?
I can definitely see that being the thing.
Like,
Being
what's
input
your
as
POV?
for me, my POV is that I think that you have a lesser of two evils in a sense.
Yes.
So you have one that is an old guy being controlled like a puppet, and you have a more savage guy who is old as well, but he has more experience and has a lot more strength. Why do I say that? When we can dive deep into this, but I'd rather a dude who's not controlled. I'd rather a dude who's honest, who's straight up, maybe an a-hole, maybe unconventional, maybe a little, off a little bit, but he's ready, he's about it. What do I mean by that? I mean that, let's say you're walking down the street, right? Do you want to walk down the street with a weak dude? Or do you want to walk with a strong guy who's partially insane, but he will protect you? Be honest.
Obviously, you want to get protected. Protection is key, but that's what I'm saying. That's why he's being marked as a savior right now, because economy's failing and people want protection. Biden's not getting no American protection right now.
Exactly.
So I understand why he is key to get reelected, but for me, if you are insane enough to run a country,
Facts.
have this much stress on you, I don't trust you. I don't trust you unless you have genuine intentions, unless you're a genuine positive leader. Trump, sorry, but was very
very negative in a lot of ways as well.
but negative in a way where there was good behind most of his actions.
I think there was, a campaign to make him seem like the supervillain, which he was a villain in a lot of ways, but there's so much worse that's going on.
Yes.
That people don't even acknowledge.
I know.
You just want to need a boogeyman, a motherfucking evil person when the real snakes are behind the scenes, when the real vipers are wearing sheep's clothing, right? So for me, I look at it like that, but enough of that political talk. D, I'm so thankful for you coming on the pod. Appreciate you. We're gonna have some of this podcast on video. Most of it will be on audio. I'm really thankful for you sliding through. This was a great podcast. And, any final words before we close it up?
No, like thank you for having me, and it was fun.
There you go. It was fun.
It was fun, and stay woke, y'all.
The big broadcast collabing with Real Talk with D. Check her out. And we out, bro.
Bye.
Love it.